Hi, this is Tony at Cover Magazine. I'm speaking to Lucien Mundy, General Manager Guarantee Credit and Suretyships at SGI Contractors All Risk and Engineering, a division of Constantia Insurance. Lucien, thank you very much for your time and for chatting to me this morning.
Thank you very much, Tony.
Obviously, a very, very important part of industry is construction guarantees and delivery guarantees and all of those sort of things that goes with the construction and engineering industry. But I think maybe to start off with, you can just give us an overview of the types of guarantees that form part of the construction industry and the solutions that you provide.
Okay, thanks, Tony. So the key guarantees in the construction industries are you get your normal standard performance guarantees, which is also referred to as suretyships or on-demand guarantees. Those are there for the employer to confirm that you are able to deliver on the project, you are able to perform. Then the other varying guarantees that form part of the construction industry is the advance payment guarantees. That is where you're able to reach an agreement with the contractor's employer to state that the employer will give you monies up front, which will help you fund your project. And as you complete the project, you work through the funding and the guarantee reduces. In the last few years, we have seen a huge uptick in this type of guarantees because it assists with the liquidity of the construction company, especially during COVID, where construction companies have used their cash resources to help them fund the COVID period and basically help sustain itself. We also have something referred to as your retention guarantees. These are more involved in your civils projects, where the contractor completes a project and the retention guarantee is required for after the completion of the project to enable the contractor to come back and fix up any issues or mistakes that may occur after the project is completed. All these construction guarantees basically assist the construction company with its liquidity. And then you get your maintenance guarantees in the construction industry, and the reticulation guarantees. But the reticulation guarantees are more for developers that have to insert sewer, water, electricity to ensure that a development is properly serviced, and the developer can start developing. So that's our full range of our construction guarantees. But we also do have other types of guarantees, Tony. You know, we have been in the industry for 35 years, and during that 35 years, we've developed a number of products. We've been at the forefront of developing and initiating a number of products. Some of them include your NHBRC late enrollment guarantees, and we issue educational guarantees for private institutions. We do court bonds, which is your liquidation and sequestration bonds. We also do solvency guarantees, which are your custom bonds, your mining rehabilitation guarantees, your rental deposit guarantees, and your general payment guarantees. So we have a very broad scope of guarantees that we offer to brokers and the end consumer. Having said that, I must be cautious because we also restrict ourselves from issuing certain guarantees because of the higher risk inherent in the type of guarantee. One of the guarantees that we're very cautious about is the fuel guarantees. In the last few years, there have been a number of claims, and we are able to we believe that market's quite risky, so we restrict ourselves from issuing guarantees. I'm not saying that we don't do it, but we underwrite it where we are able to recover 100% in the event of a claim.
Just to make sure. Yeah. So, I mean, we obviously are, like all businesses, industry is a bit struggling at the moment. Our economy is a bit sluggish. There has been a bit of revival in certain areas. How do you see the outlook for the next 12 months in this space, taking this current economic climate into account?
Yeah, Tony, very good question, very interesting question. I just finished preparing my documents for my reinsurance renewal, and that's one of the questions that I had to incorporate into the renewal pack. And after concluding some detailed research, I've come to the conclusion that for the next 12 months, the industry is going to, I'm talking specifically the construction industry, has a positive outlook. And there's various factors and facets to substantiate my point. Number one is that the government is quite committed to the National Development Plan. And from recent articles that I've read, the government is basically putting forward close to, I think, in the region of about 33 billion rand on just a few projects that's incorporated in the National Development Plan. But the construction sector is made up of various sectors. You get the public sector, which is your government, your SOEs, and your like with SOEs like Transnet, Denel, and the like that put out projects, which also include Sandrel. Then you get your private sector projects, which is your normal company, privately owned companies that sort of award projects to contractors. And then including that, you also have your engineering sector, where it's your petrochemicals engineering, that's also very specialized and is growing in South Africa, especially the Salana Bay, the Mossel Bay, and in KZN. The amount of work that's coming out through these projects are, and sorry, East London as well, is growing and progressing well. And in addition to that, we see the mining sector. That's the construction services in the mining sector is also growing quite considerably in the last few months, because it's come from international demand. You know, the positive aspect about the war in Russia is that the international market is looking to South Africa now to supply the commodities. And we've seen it in the number of guarantees that we issue. Last month, we issued about 60% of guarantees to the mining sector. And in the previous years, the number of projects in the mining sector was very minimal. So having said that, you can see we're in a fortunate position where we've got different facets and different sectors where our guarantees fit into. And if one sector is not is sort of in a downward cycle, we're able to leverage other sectors. Exactly. Yeah. So that's why I say it's positive for us in the last next 12 months. But I must say, including in that as well. So we say the industry is going to do well, but the guarantee sector itself, in the last 2 years, relatively, we've lost 2 huge guarantee players. Santam Guarantees closed down their guarantee division. Then you've had One Guarantees that also closed down their guarantee division. So what happened is that there's been a contraction in the guarantee market, and fueling the demand in this market is also, you'll recall that during 2015 to 2021, a number of large listed construction companies either went into liquidation or went into business rescue.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, a number of my colleagues and competitors in the market sustained a lot of claims in the market, and their reaction to this was to put up the rates and put up the collateral levels, and take a much tougher stance on the underwriting. Fortunately, we have not, touched wood, we did not incur any of these large claims, and we reaping the benefits of our lean years.
Yeah.
So
brilliant.
It's very buoyant at the moment for us.
Brilliant. Well, that's good news. Very good news. It's also good news on the broker side, because you work through broker distribution mainly to reach your clients. But just from a broker perspective, I mean, as you say, it is not an easy sector to be in. Hence, people having providers having left the sector. What is required from a broker to be able to do business in this sector?
So the broker, the first thing is the broker must appreciate that a guarantee is not your standard, usual short-term commercial or personal lines policy. And when they understand that, then the balance of the training or understanding of the product becomes much simpler. I'll give you an example, and this is like a standard in my market. I'll get a call on the cell phone. Hi, Lucian, my client wants a guarantee. Can you issue it in the next couple hours? I know when he mentions those words, I know that this broker is not it doesn't understand this product, number one, and number two, does not appreciate that it's very risky if they don't understand the product to sell this product to the client, because you can have a lot of TCF issues if you missell this product, because the client on the other end of it is signing contracts, is putting money in projects, and it's affecting the viability of the company if the broker is selling the wrong type of product to the client. Number one.
Yeah.
It's mostly got to do with the understanding of the process. Applying for a guarantee is like applying for a loan. That's it. And I explained that to the broker, and it's the easiest way to explain it to the broker. Applying for a guarantee is like applying for a loan. And if they understand that, they realize that it takes time. We have to go through a process for understanding the character of the company, the capital, the financial analysis. All of that takes time. And we're not issuing small amounts in the guarantee industry, issuing huge amounts. I mean, last month we issued a guarantee of 196 million. It took us like a month to settle that deal. Because we have to be very sure that contract and the client is able to undertake that project. So what we've done is that we have developed a broker induction pack, which assists the broker understand our business to the detail. Number one. Number two, we undertake a number of training sessions with the brokers so that they understand our product. We go to the nitty-gritty. I mean, we've been around 35 years, and we are able to advise and guide and reason with the brokers on these guarantees. The good thing about the experience is that when a broker approaches us, we are able to revert to them within a day or within 24 hours to say, Mr. Broker, I'm sorry, we won't be able to assist you here. You have to get this guarantee elsewhere. And that response is important. We believe it's important for the broker because it helps manages their expectation to their clients. And we do understand, as I said, we are a broker-driven market. We enjoy working with brokers. Our model and our processes and procedures are structured around working with brokers. We value their input in this industry. But unfortunately, sometimes the broker is thrown in the deep end, because normally in the construction industry, the broker will do the commercial insurance and the plant all risk and the motor insurance. But then the guarantees will be placed with another broker that specializes in guarantees. So when the broker eventually gets around to do the guarantees, it takes them longer to get into that market, or most brokers normally shy away from that market because they don't understand the product. But from our side, we're willing to walk the walk with the broker and do the training and hold their hands and assist them through the process so that they can deliver a good product to the client and assist the client.
In other words, what you are saying is that you encourage brokers to expand a bit their business into this line of business as well, and to look into it and upskilling themselves and forming a relationship to be able to do this type of business.
That's right, Tony. That's correct.
Yeah, absolutely. Lucian, thank you so much for sharing information with me. It was very interesting talking to you. Sure. And as we said, I mean, we've seen the floods, etc. now in Natal and so on, and construction, there's going to be a lot of activity, etc. So you will probably be very busy over the next while.
We are very much so, Tony. Thank you.
Yeah, no, thank you very much for talking to me.
Sure.